Hey guys, Chef Jason Hill here, and I'm really excited because I'm at Rapport Restaurant in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where Chef Greg Stillman makes one of the best paella dishes I've ever had. Let's go check it out and see how he does it.
Okay, so what we're gonna make now is a paella here at Rapport Restaurant in Rancho Cucamonga. And as many of you will probably know, paella is the national rice dish of Spain. And we're gonna make it right here in America. So a good paella is generally made up of chorizo and sofrito and rice that is cooked and flavored with the sofrito. Sofrito is a slowly cooked mixture of garlic, onions, and then sometimes peppers and tomatoes, and also sometimes saffron, which is part of the primary components of any paella in Spain. And then most of the flavoring also comes from smoked paprika, which is what we're going to use here in our dish. And then it can be almost anything that you put in the dish. You can put seafood, chicken, any kind of meats that you prefer. And then generally for me, it also has to have a piquillo pepper. And this piquillo pepper is been roasted. The skin has been taken off, the seeds have been taken out, and then has been julienned and then oven dried. You can see they look a little bit shriveled up, so that they're a little bit more concentrated in flavor. And this pepper is kind of a bittersweet pepper. It's not as sweet as a red bell pepper that you'd find in America, but it has a very nice bitter sweetness about it that I don't think you can find in any other pepper. So the rest of the components will be comprised of bay scallops, mussels, clams, and shrimp today. But you can put anything in it that you want. And then we're going to top it off with a saffron aioli, which is also known as a saffron roux. And this is comprised of basically mayonnaise, a cooked pureed potato, a little bit of saffron. As you can see, that's what gives it its color. And then some harissa. Harissa you can find generally in any gourmet food products store, and sometimes some normal grocery stores have it.
And what is it exactly?
Basically, it's a hot pepper paste.
Oh, okay. And you put that in?
And we put that in the roux. Roux means rust, and that's what gives it this color. Okay, so here at Rapport and in most places in America, we like to have our food fast. So we take the liberty of part cooking the rice just a bit to speed up the process. And then once we've done that, we're going to combine the rice and most of the ingredients into a bowl before they go into a pan. So a little bit of the smoked paprika, the pepper, or the peas, the peppers, just a few of the peppers, not too many. And the scallops. A little bit of salt and pepper. Then we're going to mix that up. Normally we would start at home, you would start with the rice uncooked and go right into the pan with all of these ingredients. It would just take a lot longer to cook. We cook in a real paella pan. You can see there it's a very thin metal, made of steel, and we have to wash them and then quickly dry them and put a thin layer of oil that you can probably see on there to preserve its integrity and keep it well seasoned. So we'll start with the sofrito, and the sofrito, as I said, is onions, garlic, peppers, tomatoes, and it's all cooked very slowly in extra virgin olive oil. We're going to add that.
Do you use this just for the paella, or do you use this
the
for
sofrito? Yeah, here we use it just for the paella. You can use it to flavor stews and soups and other pasta dishes if you want. And then we're going to add some chorizo. And we're going to start rendering the fat out of the chorizo and get a little bit of caramelization on it. So you'll gauge your heat appropriately. You don't want too much fire, but you want just enough to get it going. going to cook fast because the pan is thin. So now that that's kind of rendered out some of its fat, starting to brown some of the onions, we're going to go ahead and add the rice mixture that we've just made. Get that mixed in. Let the rice kind of saute on the bottom so that the paella will have a little bit of a crust.
What rice are you using in there?
This is a rice called bomba, and it is from Spain, and it is a short grain white rice. So we'll add chicken stock to that. You can flavor your chicken stock with saffron, as a lot of people do.
And that's going to help to cook the rice off?
Yeah, it's going to cook the rice the rest of the way and cook the seafood and the peas. We're going to bring that to a boil, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. And before you put it in the oven, you can check your seasoning just by taking a little bit of the broth and tasting it. So you're going to get a heavy dose of smoked paprika. Make sure you stir it up. So those flavors will settle out.
Balance out?
Yep. Okay, so it's almost up to a boil. We're going to add clams, mussels, and shrimp to the dish. I always like to put the seafood in with the hinge side down so that the mussel or clam opens up and you can see the interior rather than upside down. A couple of shrimp in there. We're going to let it finish in the oven. And sometimes, since we have a wood-fired oven, we've also cooked it in there. And it comes out really, really good in there too. But we'll let it finish in the oven here.
What's your oven at, about 500?
Here it's 500, yeah. All right, so we're ready to take the paella out of the oven. As you can see, the seafood is opened and cooked, and the smell.
Oh, it smells wonderful.
A lot of times people have paellas that are brightly colored and look like screaming yellow.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
You'll have that in certain places. And that is just saffron. But I always feel like the primary flavoring component of a paella is coming from the paprika. So I prefer to have it looking a little more rusty, like this one. And then I'll add the saffron component to it with a little roux that I have always felt really goes great with seafood. And then we put a little bit of parsley just to finish it off. And this is the paella here at Rapport. Careful.
That's great.
Cool.
Good paella. Come down to Rapport and try this.